Alright, good morning everybody. Saigan Cat here with some Octopath Traveler live Sunday morning. Sunday. I don't know if they still do those ads, but okay, where were we? When we were last interrupted, we were dealing with Primrose's story. Oh, we'd finished it. That's right. That's right. The man she loves is the man she must kill. I think she'll do it. She's got that kind of strength about her. I'm using a new chat program. Restream doesn't do their in-browser chat. Not that I can find anymore. If they're still doing it, then they moved it. They hid it from me. So I'm using their app. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I don't know if it needs to, like, reconnect or anything. What's nice is that I can totally have it, like, reconnect. Like, when chat breaks and it loses its connection. There we go. There we go. Okay. Joseph Hornet! Hello and good morning to you, sir. How are you today? I can also blow the text up, like, super large, so I don't have to strain to read it at all. Ideally, it'll also show more useful information. Okay, so I think we just had Cyrus's chapter 3 left. Is that not correct? Yeah. Yeah. Back in Stoneguard. Goof. Why are you calling me a goof? We did have business here. Make your way to Stoneguard after learning that the original copy of the tome you seek might be here, but you can't help but feel that someone's been watching you. I was gonna say goofy. It's morning. I can English. Yeah. Sunday mornings were not made for Englishing. British idiot, hello! Okay, I'm gonna turn off the lights real quick, because there's plenty of light coming in through the windows. The story so far. In Quarry Crest, Cyrus used his powers of deduction to get to the bottom of a series of kidnappings perpetrated by the depraved caller. I give up. The depraved scholar Gideon, who was harvesting villagers' blood for his dark research. It was in Gideon's sickening laboratory that Cyrus discovered it. A translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Though the history of the dark arts intrigued him, he could not sit idly by while his peers used knowledge for evil. And so Cyrus came to Stoneguard, where the tome was bound. Would he find answers here, or only more dreadful questions? Yeah, truth, this is the last chapter 3. Moving into the last quarter of the game. Stoneguard at last. Praise the kids will be more agreeable today. That is the prayer that I say to myself every morning at first light. A sprawling city, if I ever saw one. Talk about searching for a needle in a haystack.
Now then.
First, I should review where we stand. Like as not, the translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell was produced by a bookmaker in this town. But where to begin my search? Logically speaking, it would make the most sense to begin at the source. Which means head straight for the bindery, of course. Where else? Oh my god, Tate, go away. Question mark?
Very well.
Let the investigation begin.
Indeed.
Bookbinding requires the finest of materials. Scrutinize. Let's see now. Am I the only one who constantly forgets that Tressa is a brunette? Her sprite always makes me think she's closer to blonde. It's a light brunette. More of a, like, hazel. I saw someone made a custom figure of the new Doomslayer design. Nice. I am digging that design. I sold a book of my making to Dominic, a translator. His home lies on the east side of town. Most intriguing. Well now, it would seem I owe this Dominic fellow a visit. I should be able to find him in the workshop, just east of here.
Excuse me.
Beg pardon, is this the residence of...
My apologies.
I don't know who you are, but I'm not in the mood for company.
A moment of your time.
If you could just spare a moment, kind sir, there's something I'd like to ask you.
Be gone with you.
I said I wish to see no one. Leave me at once! He seems like a stubborn one. I'll have to find another way. Just knock on the door and be like, it's from the far reaches of hell, man. Pray forgive the intrusion. A good day to you, sir. Did I get, or am I going to get the printable alternative switch case covers for the game? So Alexiel and I still share the same Nintendo account. And there's enough points for it. So she has claimed them. I just need to get them printed. But they have been claimed. And they are awesome. I don't know that I want to put them in the case or, like, I don't know, frame them. Because the game's fantastic. I think that the artwork does deserve to be framed. That Dominic went and shut himself off from the world after his only daughter succumbed to sickness 15 years ago. Oh, no. Yeah, like, I don't know what to do with them. I just know that I want them. Let's see now. Sold some medicine to Dominic about 15 years ago, I think. Was in a spot of bother, as I recall, financially speaking, so I gave him a discount. Oh, so his daughter was sick. He couldn't afford medicine for her. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight you. I can't. coax you into coming with me. Let's see now. Dominic had a translation commission when he thought... Dominic had a translation commission he thought would earn him a fortune. Still ruse the day he said yes to it. So he probably took that on so that he could pay for his daughter's treatments. Ah. Oh, this poor man.
Excuse me.
Beg pardon, Master Dominic. I am Cyrus, the scholar who called upon you earlier. It's never possible to guide or allure people who guard doors. It has been. There's been one or two people I've been able to. Beg pardon, Master Dominic. I'm Cyrus, the scholar who called upon you earlier. Truth, are you just comparing his first name against his last name? His full westernized name is Torneko Talun. Like, that's canon now, too. Doc 9, good morning to you. Oh, right, I forgot. We have these little, like, quiz games to make sure we've been paying attention. That are done way, way, way better than the ones in the game that shall not be named.
But of course.
Yes, if my reasoning is correct, this is undoubtedly why Dominic has cut off all contact with the outside world. Apparently, I'm going to need a second cup of coffee, because I'm still not speaking clearly. Fish Food! Good morning to you, Fish Food. I do not mean to open old wounds, friend. But I have heard that you lost your dear daughter to illness some 15 years ago.
Thusly.
Since then, you've secluded yourself and cut off all contact with the outside world. In order to procure the elixirs that might save your daughter, you needed coin quickly and in large quantities. And so you accepted an unusual task.
Yes.
To wit, producing a translation of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Who told you this?
Now then.
The book that you translated is now in my possession. Clearly, you're a scholar of great knowledge and wisdom. You took care to omit the most horrific passages, doubtless because you recognized the danger they posed. As an academic, I will not stand idly by as knowledge is used for the purpose of evil. And so I ask you, who commissioned this translation from you? I'm inside.
Many thanks.
Thank you, friend.
Listen.
No, but where should I even begin?
In truth,
15 years ago, a man came here to me with a request he said was of dire import. Strangely, I cannot recall his name. He was a scholar, and from his words, one could tell his mind was as sharp as a blade. But what I remember more than anything were his eyes, which burned blood red with zeal for knowledge that bordered on obsession.
what in the...
Red eyes. Could it be? No, perish the thought.
After that...
They say in recent years he accepted a prestigious position at the Royal Academy in Atlasdam.
It couldn't be.
Good gods! Headmaster Yvonne?
Yes, Ah,
Oh, yes. It's all coming back to me now. Yvonne was his name.
In truth,
He came to me, a mighty and venerable tome in hand. That tome was from the far reaches of hell. From the far reaches of hell. I did not have to think twice.
is that so?
Knowing full well the danger posed by the forbidden knowledge within?
Yes.
Yes, I was not blind to the risk. And yet, what choice did I have? The medicines my daughter required cost a veritable fortune. But I am a humble scholar. So you followed Yvonne's instructions to oh no, I yawned. I yawned on stream. How awful of me. That complaint still tickles me. Did I drink last night? I had a beer last night. Just a beer. One serving of beer. Not enough to do anything. I don't know why my speech is all slurred this morning. Yes, I translated that dreadful tone. All the while fearing for my life what horrors might come to pass if the knowledge fell into the wrong hands. In the end, even the rarest of elixirs could not save my poor girl. Looking back, I believe this was divine punishment for my sins. Headmaster Yvonne, whatever was the man thinking? You say the book is in your possession. I beg of you, promise me.
Leave it to me.
I will see that it is never again used to bring pain and suffering. You have my word. I have to have rum in the morning to speak well. It helps. Maybe I could have a morning beer. A breakfast beer. It's tempting, but I kind of just want another coffee. The pain and guilt you bear is surely beyond my understanding, but I hope this will bring you even a small measure of solace. Rest your heart easy, friend, as best you can.
You have my thanks.
Cyrus, was it? You have my thanks. Wow, so Headmaster Yvonne.
Come now.
Well, are you going to keep hiding in the shadows, or shall we end this charade? Yeah, we've known. So you were wise to my presence. Oh no, it was probably Yvonne's assistant. I knew I was being followed, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Fancy meeting you outside of the academy. You are the headmaster's assistant, Miss...
Call me Lucia.
Lucia.
Greetings.
A pleasure. And why have you followed me here, Miss Lucia?
I apologize.
Forgive me, Professor Albright. I meant no offense. I overheard that you were investigating the whereabouts of a certain tome. A tome by the name of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Is this correct? And what if it is?
In truth,
What I am about to say, I ask that you... I ask that you keep in the utmost confidence. I'm sorry. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee. I'll be back in like... You know, it's like 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. The posh accent is not Sai's strong point, not at this hour. Mayhap you get some coffee down thy gullet. Yeah, working on it. Garen just, so I introduced Garen to Quake Champions. We'll get through this. We'll get through this first, and then I'll talk about it. What I'm about to say, I ask that you keep in the utmost confidence. I have reason to believe that Headmaster Yvonne is plotting something unsavory involving the self-same tome. Ooh, self-same. There's so many... I forgot what it was yesterday. There was a great word yesterday. There's some great vocabulary in this game.
Why, I'll be...
So the thief who stole the book from the archives was...
Yes.
The headmaster himself. Of this I'm all but certain. The headmaster's assistant I may be, but first and foremost, I'm a scholar in my own right. I will not stand to see my profession's good name sullied by one who would use knowledge in the name of evil. This is why...
Indeed.
You came here seeking my aid. Overmuch, thank you.
Correct.
My intuition as an academic tells me you are a man to be trusted. As you may be aware, Headmaster Yvonne hails from Stoneguard himself.
Yes.
Yes, I was planning to investigate that very matter after I was done here. The house in which he was born still stands. Yet there are ominous rumors about the place. I have ascertained its location, but I am hesitant to investigate further on my own. And so I ask, Professor Albright, pray, lend me your aid.
I see.
Before I promise anything, I would see the house with my own eyes.
Correct.
I understand completely. You will find it on the north side of town. I don't 100% trust Lucia yet. I want to trust Lucia, but I'm feeling cautious.
Shall we begin?
Very well, let us pay it a visit straight away. As for whether or not I can cooperate, I will give you my answer there. Is this acceptable?
Thank you.
But of course. Thank you, Professor. I will go on ahead and meet you there. If she wanted to ask for our help, she could have done it a while ago. She would have known from her experiences at the academy that Cyrus is trustworthy. So either she's a terrible scholar. Do we really need Prim in the group right now? I don't feel like we actually need Prim in the group right now. I like having a hunter in the group, but Cyrus can cover the dances. I don't have a merchant right now. So I kind of want to pull in Tressa. Ulbrich's starting to fall behind. I could bring in Ulbrich, make him a merchant. But then I wouldn't have... Like, ideally, I would bring in Tressa as a hunter. But yeah, Ulbrich's level is definitely looking low. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, okay. Why not? Make him a merchant. Then we're gonna bring in LBRY as a hunter. Because LBRY definitely needs the levels. Why do I remove jobs before switching people out? Because if somebody has that job equipped, nobody else can equip it. Oh wait, there was a way to do that in the actual... Wasn't there? Change party? Is it equipment? Oh, it's not equipment. The game's smart with it? I don't have to do that? Are you sure? Here. Here, let's check. Let's check. Prim. Prim, get back in the party. I'm gonna make you a hunter. Alright, now we're gonna switch in LBRY. Hunter job is currently being filled by Primrose. Do you wish to switch jobs? Motherfucker. Ha! That helps a lot. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Because earlier I might have been annoyed by it. Because you remember, for like the first 20 hours of this game, people were being really, really brutal with trying to tell me how to play it. So you were definitely right to hold off on giving me advice on that. And I appreciate that you didn't. So thank you. Man, it feels weird. I'm accidentally stacking evasion on LBRY. Just because, like, the gear that's available to him, it's still, like, the best physical and elemental defense. I'm not meaning to stack all this on him. Ooh, yeah, let's give him some accuracy. Boost that accuracy. More evasion? I could give him more evasion. I kind of want to give him some SP, too, because his SP sucks. What job skills does he have? HP. Got SP saver. He didn't finish getting... Those are the two that we really need out of Hunter. We didn't finish getting Ulbrich, whatever that dancer ability is. That restores SP each turn. Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate it too, British Idiot. Having secondary jobs be limited to one person at a time. Because it means you can't just, like, min-max the entire party all the time. Especially having, you know, somebody locked to the party and having their certain path skills available at certain times. Like, everything about this game feels so well designed, minus my complaint about Therion. And yeah, exactly. It forces you to have a broad lineup so you can cover more weaknesses. And the way that the game is designed, I have yet to find myself in a situation where I have no way of exploiting an enemy's vulnerability. I have always managed to have coverage on every enemy I've come across since getting 4 party members. And even before getting 4 party members, I can't think of any situations earlier in the game where I was stuck doing, you know, minimum damage. Balarov! Good morning to you, sir. Except bosses that block their weaknesses. Yeah, but that's a different mechanic. And there tends to still be a way around it. This is where Headmaster Yvonne was born and raised. According to the neighbors, it has lain abandoned for some 20 years now. Why didn't anybody move in? Could it be the undead?
So?
Ominous indeed. Well, shall we let ourselves in? Uh-huh. 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 I knew it. I knew I should not be so trusting of her. Paint Fat Purple, good morning. I don't think that they're going to add a patch to make it so that any thief can open up purple treasure chests. I don't think they'll do it. Every JRPG has at least one problematic mechanic or unintentionally broken part in it. Scythes being next to useless in Dragon Quest VIII. I was about to say, Dragon Quest VIII doesn't, and then I was like, oh wait, scythes are next to useless in that game, but they're how you steal.
Oh! Where?
Wait, what is this place? Oh, are we getting proper voice acting?
Ah, Professor Albright. I apologize for this little ruse.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere. So, we meet again, Headmaster Yvonne.
When I heard you were looking into from the far reaches of hell, I knew your search would lead you here. And sure enough, you didn't disappoint me. Your mind is every bit as sharp as I thought it was.
You sent Lucia to keep an eye on me.
What a shame, my dear boy. A thirst for knowledge like yours would be such a terrible thing to waste. So, what do you say? Apprentice yourself to me, and I will overlook your little trespasses.
How kind of you. I refuse. I am, shall we say, philosophically opposed to your stance on knowledge. I believe that knowledge should be shared, not hoarded for one's personal gain.
I thought you'd say as much. Most unfortunate, Cyrus. Most unfortunate. As you know, this is my house, and I don't get many callers these days. A smart man like you knows what this means, yes? When you starve to death here, no one will be the wiser.
Oh, I would definitely agree with both of those statements. British idiot is correct. Cyrus is definitely naive. He doesn't see the world in the same way that most other people do, so he's bad with people, and that's very much part of his character. And being bad with people means more than, you know, accidentally being rude to people or accidentally hitting on women. It also means that he struggles to see intent, and he has trouble recognizing a liar. He just kind of takes things at their face value. At the same time, yeah, he's absolutely honest with his views. He will say what he's thinking. If you think I'll give up without a fight, you don't know me nearly well enough.
What have we here?
Climbing my way out doesn't seem to be an option.
Now then.
Now, how to get myself out of this predicament? Ah! Chest! Magically appears. Find a way out! How many people has he thrown down here? At least 2. There's 2 skulls down here.
Professor?
Professor Albright? That voice, could it be?
Are you okay?
Hold on, Professor. I'll lower a rope. How many people have been stalking him? There you go. Climb on up. Oh, Professor. I'm so glad you're safe. Therese. Did you come all the way from Atlas Dam? But why?
Actually...
I knew you were in danger. And so I came to warn you. That's quite enough, young lady. Oh, what the hell?
Therese.
I knew Cyrus would come, but you have pluck for a girl your age.
You think you can get away with this?
Yvonne, let her go at once. It is clear hostage negotiation never factored into your scholarly pursuits. Yeah, but British idiot, she had no way of knowing that he was in danger. Mark my words, Cyrus. Stop meddling in my research, or the girl's life is forfeit. Woo! He's got teleports! He just nightcrawlered his way out of here. Wait! Cyrus, how come you can't teleport? Son of a... I won't let him get away with this. I don't care who you are. Kidnapping and holding someone hostage ain't right. Alphen, my friend, I oft find you overly hot-headed and temperamental. But on this issue, I stand in complete agreement. Temperamental? I wouldn't call Alphen temperamental. Why, no man who pretends to integrity and virtuousness can let such wrongdoing go unpunished. Shucks, Professor. Never seen you get so hot-headed to the collar before. You're not an evil mage if you can't teleport? Sure, I am quite calm, and my sub-collar temperature remains tepid. What a great way of saying, I'm not mad. My sub-collar temperature remains tepid. Who got to localize Cyrus's lines? I applaud them. They did a great job. Alright, if you say so. Either way, let's get going. Indeed, Elfin, we must make haste. I had an eyelash on the inside of my glasses. Oof, that was wonderful. I love it. Yvonne's cellar. Someone clip this? Clip what? Wait a second. I need to actually shrink the font size a little bit. It's actually too big. Didn't think I was going to have a problem with the font size being too big. But it is, and it's actually making it so that, like, if somebody posts a long message, that's all I see. Okay, that looks better. You suspect it was more or less the same in the original? I would have to see... the original Japanese.
Flame, protect us!
Victory shall be mine!
Well, everything here is weak to swords.
I will cut you down!
Well then. May the sacred flame shine forth!
Here we go.
Oh, Cyrus takes so much damage.
A tempest comes!
What next?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't get my microphone moved out of the way in time, so I just like had to rip my headset off so I wouldn't sneeze all over it. You're welcome. The lengths I go to for you guys. Oh good, you're weak to axes.
Victory shall be mine!
Happy day.
I will cut you down!
My turn now. Let your wounds be healed.
The lion shall die! Bring it on! The lion shall die! Bring it on! This calls for surgery!
Okay, it's official. You guys have too much health.
My blade is cut!
My blade is unbending!
The thrill of the fight!
Ever since I heard a clown horn sneeze from someone else, I refuse to believe that muting the mic for sneezing is a good idea. So, there's apparently a school of thought, truth, holds, that sneezing into the mic can be entertaining.
I've done my research.
I suppose there's potential for it.
Here we go!
I do not share that school of thought. So I'm going to continue trying to avoid sneezing.
The battle is truly joined.
An interesting dilemma. So much to learn.
My turn now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, somebody's weak to arrows. That's bad news for you, sir.
Have at you. Out of my way.
Oh, you're all weak to arrows. Good. Well, that just makes everything easier, doesn't it?
May the sacred flame shine forth.
Throw a bit of extra
Alright.
damage on all of them.
This calls for surgery.
I think I might make Ophelia a thief for a little bit, just so I have access to the armor breaking ability. Like on any turns that she's not healing, that'd still be useful. What would she lose? She would lose axes, which we still have coverage for.
Now, what next?
The lion shall die.
Now then. I play.
All right. Alrighty. This calls for surgery. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, what was I saying earlier about Quake? Garen has very much become a fan of, like, old school shooters, which I love. Because, you know, he definitely grew up on, like, Halo. What are these stones? He grew up on, like, Halo. I say grew up. He's 10 years old. He's still growing up. And that was what he was really exposed to for the longest time. So when I started letting him play the original Doom, and he loved it, I was really happy about that. Because the kid's got good taste in games. Fortnite aside. And he definitely enjoyed Quake 1, and he liked playing Open Arena with me, which is built on Quake 3. It's basically free Quake 3. And I let him play Quake Champions yesterday, and we played Quake Champions together against bots. He liked it so much. He was asking questions about Quake all day, so I showed him stuff about QuakeCon and videos about the development of Quake. And this morning, he drew the Quake emblem, the QuakeCon emblem, the Q with the nail in it, the orange one, and he taped it to my wall. It's actually behind me, and I think I'm going to leave it there. Taped it.
Flame, protect us.
Have at you.
Yeah, I'm not against the overall idea of Battle Royale games. The main thing that irritates me with Fortnite is, one, I'm not interested in the building mechanic in a Battle Royale style game. I have yet to see a Battle Royale game that I'm interested in. By pressing Y in the battle menu, Okay, so it just... I mean, I guess that's a little bit useful if you don't know what these do anyways. Yeah, if, like, you forget what they do. It's neat. Oh, hey. Hey, guys. Are you all right? Ah! Almost got all of them.
Too slow! Out of my way!
Bring it on! A tempest comes!
These ones aren't weak to wind? I don't find the tooltip to be in the way.
What is the logical course?
But yeah, Battle Royale games, I like the idea of Battle Royale games. I always thought it would be cool to get a Battle Royale game where it's just, you know, a bunch of people on a single map and they all have to fight to survive. I think that Minecraft, having it built in, I think that it would work real well in Minecraft. Fortnite, I'm less interested in because the speed at which you can build things seems really unbalanced. And on top of that, I just don't like Epic Games because of the way that they handled and then killed Paragon. Like, you just can't trust Epic Games as a developer in the way that they treat their properties. They've completely abandoned Unreal Tournament. PUBG was interesting to me, but, like, I hate the developer, because the way that the developer... Yeah, I know that it happened in Minecraft, but I'm talking, like, a supported Battle Royale without having to use mods. Because I actually, and I know a lot of people are going to be annoyed by this, but I actually really prefer playing Minecraft on console. Minecraft is something that I just kind of want to, like, sit back on the couch with. And the console versions of the game are great for it.
I'll do my best.
Week 2.
May this be a quick fix.
Oh. So I actually do prefer
I will
Minecraft
not be
on
defeated.
console. So if there's mods for it, then they usually pass me by because I'm just less interested. Damn to anyone who says Terraria is better on console. I still haven't played Terraria.
May the sacred flame shine forth.
The battle is truly joined. Out of my way!
Here goes nothing.
So yeah, it's the idea of Battle Royale games does intrigue me, but, you know, player unknown, awful developer. I hate how they've been so happy against anyone else who tries making a Battle Royale game. They're trying to say that they invented the genre of Battle Royale. And one, you can't claim an entire genre. So long as all the other games do something special to make them unique, there's no lawsuit there. So I don't like that. I don't like how Epic treats their IPs. I think that they've fallen very far from the developer that they were, you know, 10 to 15 years ago. I am hesitant about Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
Here goes nothing.
But a Battle Royale game kind of self-balances in that everybody's equally screwed at the beginning unless you get lucky, but that's also just part of that style of game. You know, some people are going to spawn next to something more useful than someone else. I just I'm hesitant because of how Hi-Rez used to balance Paladins. Paladins isn't a good spot
Let's
right
see what
now.
you got.
But yeah, I'm nervous about getting in on Realm Royale. So there just hasn't been a Battle Royale game out there that I care way.
I'll not be defeated. Ah!
Now then.
Okay, so worst case scenario is the 2 in back aren't weak to arrows. In which case, Elfin's still going to blow
torrent
up
of arrows.
Saigan's. Oh, they are. And Cyrus goes first next turn.
Here goes nothing.
Great. We'll just do
This
a
calls
basic
for
last stand right now. Lion's Dance.
I shall die.
Dr. O, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing today?
The battle is truly joined. I will cut you down!
All right.
Well then,
Sai is doing well. The kids are more behaved this morning so far. I hear them upstairs, but they're being polite to one another, which is, you know, some days all you can really ask for. I have finished 2 cups of coffee, and I appear to be able to speak now, which is nice.
Shucks.
Oh, did you curse me? You punk. I'm just gonna hit you real hard with my axe and see how it goes. Oh, look at that, you died.
Ha! Try again.
Oh, nice, Truth.
Let us fight with honor.
It's such a long game. Like, I like DQ7, but the longer an RPG is these days, the less likely I am to be able to finish it. So, I was really happy when, you know, Dragon Quest 11 turned out to be so much shorter than 7 and 8. I mean, it still took me like 90 hours to beat the game because, you know, Japanese. So I was greatly slowed down by that. But it's hard for me to finish games these days. Between work and kids.
well then,
I don't have anything for you, man. I'm just gonna
this will
amputate.
hurt.
Amputate. Yeah. Yeah, well, like when we were kids, you know, a 100-hour game was great because, you know, we had more time and we had less money. So if you could spend your money on a game that you would be beating in a week versus spending your money on a game that you could spend months on, what did you want to play? There's a reason I played so much Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy as a kid. But now as an adult, like, I love this and I love Dragon Quest. But if I wake up in the morning and I've got, like, you know, 20 free minutes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play some Quake. I'm going to, you know, try playing some Tekken. Have I ever played Battlefield Bad Company 2? No. No, I have not.
Nothing will quiet the storm.
Here we go. This calls for
The battle is truly out of my way!
An interesting dilemma.
When I tried playing Lost Odyssey, I'd turn it on for 30 minutes before work, watch a cutscene, then have to save and leave. Yeah, it's just... You know, these grandiose RPGs with the long cutscenes and story segments, and sometimes it's an hour or more between save points. It's just not great for the working adult. Octopath has been very kind in how frequent the save points are. I know a lot of people would say that there's too many save points, but, you know, when I've got kids and I might need to go adult or parent them and be a dad and end the stream, you know, hastily at some point, I love that I am always within about 30 seconds of a save point. It's not too many save points. Yeah, I agree with that. But some people would say that there are too many save points. And it is also good that you can't just save whenever or wherever. It struck a balance. They were like, well, we don't want them to save just wherever. So let's just put save points at like the beginning and end of every area. And the areas in the game are pretty small. Ooh, that's a really good point, Truth. Yeah, if there aren't save points on the map queuing you to save, it's potential that you could forget to save. Or you just build an obsessive habit about saving in the menu like you do with Pokemon games.
Flame, protect us!
I still feel like the encounter rate is not that bad, even with
I'll not
this
be defeated.
accessory equipped that increases it.
May the sacred flame shine forth!
The battle is truly joined.
There's an FF1. FF1 gets a pass because it's old.
A torrent of arrows!
Ah, so close! Ooh, what? Since when?
Here we go. A tempest comes.
I should have waited until next turn.
An interesting dilemma.
Now we just have one turn to finish them off, and our team order is all strong. I don't get max boost. Yeah, I should have just waited on the brakes. They all three got to go already. The NES version is brutal to go back to. That's because it's broken. It's so broken. Like, if it just worked correctly, it would be fine. But that reminds me, Abyss sent over links to me for some ROM hacks for Final Fantasy 1. And one of them, all it does, it's a ROM hack of FF1 that fixes everything. So it makes dexterity work, and it makes item usage work. Like, it just makes Final Fantasy 1 into the game that it was supposed to be.
May this be a quick one.
Always play Dawn of Souls when you need to scratch the itch. Yeah, agreed. Dawn of Souls is definitely the best version of the game. Visually, the PSP version is, but that final bonus dungeon that's in the PSP that isn't in the GBA games is... it's bullshit. It was not well designed. Like, the bonus dungeons in Dawn of Souls are pretty poorly designed, but the bosses are at least well designed. The bonus dungeon on PSP is... Oh, I'm still mad at it. One thing this game does very well that other games don't is that all characters can use every subclass well.
I'll not be
Yeah,
defeated.
for the most part. I mean, there's certainly some characters who are better complemented by some subclasses than others, but you never really feel like you have a poor party setup. You might have a suboptimal party setup, but you can always make it work.
May this be a quick one.
The battle is truly joined.
Can we hit 4? Hit 4 times. Yes! Ulbrich! You beautiful man!
An interesting dilemma.
I shall die.
Here we go.
Right? 6 hits. 6 hits without an accuracy buff. Wow! Haunted can't do that. It's canon. Ulbrich's a better hunter than Haunted. Just proved it here on Saigancat's tip. You're welcome,
Victory
everybody.
shall be mine. Out of my way.
Here goes nothing.
Well then.
Always preferred set classes in RPGs. I think that this one strikes a nice balance because everyone has their set class, but they can change their subclass. So your characters are always going to fill a certain role better than someone else. Ulbrich's the master of the universe. So Cyrus is always going to be a scholar. Doesn't matter what subclass he has, he's always going to be a scholar. But if he wants to, he can also take on Thief again.
This will hurt.
Which is better than, you know, just
I hope I
trying to
don't
change a
know.
character entirely. Ulbrich's talent is worthless, though. I don't even know, like... What is his talent? I mean, aside from fighting people. Talent. Boost when defending to protect against the mighty blows of formidable enemies. I could see that being more useful if you're doing a low-level run. Like if you're going and fighting things way earlier than you should be, I can see that being a lot more useful. But yeah, by and large, that's not going to be great. I would really want you to learn Brand's Thunder, but that's 5,000. I don't think I'm going to be Saving up for that. Oh, we should totally grab Lakehold Trap. Because that has turned out to be pretty freaking useful. For 3 turns, skills performed by a single chosen ally will trigger twice. Woof. That seems really good. Maybe I'll start saving up for that, because that is a good skill. Aliphet's Enlightenment. Turned out to not be great as a self-buff. Some of the divine skills feels like I'm not as appreciative of them as I should be. Like, some of them just don't feel as obviously good as, like, the warrior divine skill.
I will battle.
Now then.
Can you do it again? 4 hits?
A torrent of arrows.
It's okay, Aldrich. I still love you. Why are you buffing the guy who's vulnerable? Nope. We're gonna lie instead.
I shall die. Bring it on.
I'll do my best.
It doesn't work as intended. I believe it. Because I used it on Cyrus during a boss fight, and it didn't feel like his spells were doing any more damage.
May this be a quick
It just felt like I wasted a bunch of boost points using it.
Have at you.
All right. This calls for
Now, what next? Nothing will quiet the storm. Thus ends your lesson.
Ah! Purple chest. If I ever play this game again,
huh?
Tyrion's gonna be my main character.
The battle is truly joined.
Yes! Yes! Ulbrich!
Now, what
You're
next?
so good at that!
I shall die.
Have I mastered all the jobs yet? No?
Here we go.
Amiga Star, how are you doing today? So I have a question for you guys, since we've got enough viewers in here now to bother with a poll. Do you guys like it when I'm doing my streams, being able to see the chat itself within the streams? Or do you just like having the entire game just up there? Which do you prefer?
This calls for sure.
I'll not be defeated. May the sacred flame
Depends
shine
on the game.
forth.
Now then. of arrows!
Oh, man, using the sword is just
Now,
under there, I think.
What next?
We hate one doesn't care. Orpheus prefers chat separate. See, the reason I've been considering it is because I'm streaming to multiple platforms at once. Like, I've got YouTube and I've got Twitch. But you guys don't really have any way of interacting with each other. Which sucks. Because I prefer having, you know, the communities being able to talk to one another. But there's always, you know, there's good reason for people to watch on YouTube. There's good reason for people to watch on Twitch. I could also start streaming to Hitbox again using Restream. So the reason I'm thinking about it is, you know, everyone would be able to communicate with each other again.
A tempest of light shall rage. Here goes nothing.
Having multiple chats on the stream at once would be clunky as all heck. Well, that's why I can capture the Restream chat, because I just have one window showing chat from both. So it would still be just one chat screen on the stream, because I would be capturing from Restream's app. Yeah, Hitbox is a streaming site like Twitch, which, oh man, Hitbox was a great viewer experience, but it was a terrible broadcaster experience. Like, Hitbox was really great for anyone who was watching.
That's what I'm talking about.
But as a broadcaster, it was a giant pain in the ass. But with my current setup, since I'm also streaming directly to YouTube, I can just VOD things straight to YouTube without any issues. I don't have to worry about any YouTube functionality. This is where they were really failing. LBRY, you're so good at what you do!
Not be defeated.
How could I have gone without you in my party for so long? You're so great!
May this be a quick fight.
Bring it on. This calls for surgery. Lion shall die.
Yeah, so my issues with Hitbox was I wasn't able to move things over to YouTube very well, and like they were losing videos. Like, you know, I'd stream Monster Hunter for 2 hours and then the video would just be gone. And I would try reaching out to them and their support team was only open during like European hours for like 8 hours a day. So I could never get in touch with them, and all the email responses I got were garbage. They didn't really seem like they were understanding the issues. So yeah, I moved back to, we're not using it.
I will cut you down!
That's why I moved away from Hitbox.
Well then.
But so far, like, Restream has been great because it's been letting me broadcast to everybody and getting the best of, you know, all these different worlds. You know, Twitch overall seems to offer the best experience, but being able to just, you know, have the video on YouTube without having to do anything extra is fantastic also.
May this be a quick fight.
Why didn't I boost that? Why didn't I
What
boost
is the
that?
logical course of action?
A great inferno. The land. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I just realized Alphen is a merchant right now instead of a warrior.